Hey lovelies, thanks for watching. So now we're just going to go over a quick sort of talk through on what I did for each part in order to construct this part for Man on the Moon. So part 1 was just the sketch, and I've kind of converted to doing sketches now in grey rather than red, mostly because it helps when I'm doing the onion skin layers. I put sort of red as my previous frame and green as my second frame, and the red sketch tends to interfere with that. So I just have the sketch on as like a sort of mid-grey. I sketched this really quickly actually. After getting the part, I got very excited because I had a very, very clear idea of the angles and kind of exactly what I wanted to do. And to the point where I didn't even really need to do a really rough thumbnail on paper or anything. I just went straight for it with the sketch, and it came out pretty cool. I like the angles, I like what goes on in the part. It's not too bad, I quite like it. Then in part 2, here we have the keyframe line art. I went back to doing some more sort of basic frames and then doing tweens in between, rather than with Dangerous to Go Alone, where I sketched all the frames and then just lined over the sketch. It's interesting to sort of compare and contrast between the two and see what the advantages are, and get the words out eventually. Then here is the full line art layer. I really tried to pay attention to the line art layers for when Jayfeather is rolling his eyes, because I really wanted that to be the right kind of timing, so I fiddled and tittied around with that bit for a long time until I got to a point where I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm happy with that, I'll take that. Here's the colouring, which was very hard. Jayfeather's design is not the easiest. We were given an easier option to animate, you know, with a few less markings and everything like that, but I was like, yeah, you know what, let's just do the full thing, who cares, right? And I started regretting that maybe about 10 frames in, and I was like, holy crap, how many have we got left? 12 frames? Oh boy, have we made some errors in this house? But it was cool. I really liked the design. It looks amazing. It really does look good. So I'm glad I did it. It just was quite painful at times. Then here we have the parts with the Omni Lighting added in TVPaint. I accidentally actually made this too dark and too intense, so I then had to correct it when it went for its pre-render in After Effects. Not really much to say about this. It's just the Omni Lighting. I went too dark. I was aiming for some sort of yellow ambient lighting, but I got it a bit wrong. But that's okay, we'll live, it's okay, it's fine. And here we have the final part. The part is edited with a mixture of After Effects and Sony Vegas. This is the first time I've used After Effects for a matte part, and a lot of learning happened in the construction of this part. After Effects is not an easy program in any way, shape or form, but I managed to just about get it to a baby. I mean, I'm sure I'm still completely useless in it and I'm still learning new things, but I like to hope that as I use it more and more, I'll start learning more tips and tricks about it, and I'll start making my matte parts look really, really cool. Especially being able to utilize the camera. I tried so hard to get the camera to a baby in this, but for some reason I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted. I need to practice with it a bit more, and I didn't want to spend days and days and days trying to get this part to work in After Effects when it's already like on the edge of being late. So I just gave up and did like the camera panning in Sony Vegas like a right pussy, because I just couldn't bear sitting there anymore when I knew this part was done. I was like, it's just the tiniest little stupid camera movement. So I did it in Sony Vegas, which is infinitely easier, but probably not as fancy looking. But you know what, I still like how the part came out in the end, and I'm still happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Hope you're having a good day. Bye bye!